Formula E's main goals are to inspire and educate. And we're here in a brand new race location of Jakarta to do exactly just that. We invited 160 local residents this weekend to create awareness about the problems our planet faces, such as urban pollution, by showcasing the latest technology and sustainable mobility. Around 100 girls were also invited to take part in the third instalment of FIA Girls on Track. The initiative invites girls between the ages of 8 and 18 to a potential career in motorsports, both on and off the track, through fun, engaging and educational activities throughout our event ecosystem. As part of its Formula E campaign, Mahindra Racing is actively committed to supporting the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Throughout 2022, the team is removing 1 million plastic bottles out of the ocean in Thailand and Indonesia, with the team doing a beach clean while out here in Indonesia.
This season, Mahindra is committed to removing 1 million bottles worth of plastic from the ocean. And so we're here meeting the guys at Tide who are doing the plastic removal. And with World Ocean Day happening, we're extremely keen to support the awareness campaign, to explain what we're doing to try and help to keep the oceans clean, to understand the impacts of human pollution, human waste that ends up on beaches all across the world. Regardless of where it gets dropped into the ocean, it can end up 10,000 miles away on another island somewhere. So yeah, really, really important for us to understand how we can do our bit to keep the oceans clean.
The racetrack in Jakarta, built in the Ancol beach area of the city, will also provide an economic legacy. It will be used by local theme park and event organisers Jakpro to help stimulate growth, jobs and entertainment that will help the local area bounce back after the difficulties of the COVID-19 pandemic. This weekend's E-Prix is also a net zero carbon event, with Formula E measuring, offsetting and reducing all of its emissions by investing in renewable energy production.
Everything changed massively in those, let's say, 10 years of racing.
I had no idea whether the championship would survive the whole first season, and here we are at the end of season 9.
Oh my gosh, we've come so far as a championship. I remember the first race in Beijing.
The lights are coming on, and for the first time, we go green in Beijing. Is Heidfeld going to fancy a look into the last corner of the race? Heidfeld goes to the inside line, and they make contact, and they're both off, and that's an accident for Nick Heidfeld. Lucas de Grassi is going to take victory here in Beijing. A dramatic, dramatic end to the race.
None of the teams really knew what was going to happen, how we were going to race, what kind of strategies to use, what the best way to go about racing an electric car was. And now all these tools are in place, everybody's running at such a high level. The cars have come on leaps and bounds, so have the teams, the drivers have. So yeah, it's been a huge improvement throughout the years.
There were no cars, there were no teams, no venues. So we had to create basically everything from scratch.
We go green as they flash through, absolutely wheel to wheel. Goodness me, he had to mount those curves to avoid. What a move! Is he quickest? Yes! Brilliant lap from Buemi.
Yeah, I guess the Gen 1, obviously, I had no expectation. I didn't know how the car would feel like, and yeah, it was kind of good in qualifying, a bit slow in the race.
Formula E needed a car to get off the ground. That was Gen 1. But we needed 2 cars to complete a race. So we do pretty much half the race, jump out of one car into the other car, and off you go and complete the race in the second car.
It was very critical in the race to do it properly. From the sporting aspect, the Gen 1 was probably the hardest one.
Is Piquet going to get through? They touch! Goodness me, that was close. Piquet's still there for Paris!
What is wrong with him?
You obviously had the strategy where would you pit a lap earlier or a lap later than your main rivals around you, because there was this offset in terms of laps.
Sam Bird moves into the lead of the race as the pit stops begin.
It's about to get busy in there.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it now, but I like the fact of swapping cars, in the middle of the race. I thought that was making things a bit different, and I felt like Formula E was not scared to obviously come up with different ideas and way of racing.
Gen 2 arrived, basically doubled the battery capacity and higher top speeds, higher power output as well. And Gen 2 really set us going into the future, very futuristic looking car.
What a move from Sam Bird! Well, he's in attack mode, so he's got more power. Zero! The Grassy wins!
Gen 2, the battery kind of doubled, so we had 250 kilowatts and a single battery that lasted the whole race.
The Gen 2 car was a lot more robust as well.
And he's in the wall. What a oh, that was a robust defence there.
Roland just destroyed me.
That's a forceful move. Bird's hit, Bird's been spun around.
The bodywork was all joined together through body clips and things like that. It was very sturdy, so you saw a lot more robust attacking and defending. So it was a little bit touring car-y, but it's still great fun.
Man, honestly.
It's all kicking off already in turn 10.
Oh, and he's been hit into the wall by Lynn.
Stay calm, keep your head down. It's Formula E.
The Gen 3, it's a big step, it's a very big change. Obviously, we have a four-wheel drive car. When we brake, we recover a lot more power. We have a big step of power, so a lot faster on the straights.
He's going for it.
This is cannot end well.
He's done it. Here comes Cassidy for the lead. Berline to the inside.
Now we have two motors, so front and rear, with much more efficiency on recuperation, because now we can recuperate also during braking from the front axle, and the car has the potential of being all-wheel drive and much more power. Now in total we have 350 kilowatts.
A little bit more delicate with regards to the bodywork, but still super exciting and very, very quick.
I feel like it behaves even more like a racing car now, where before you had to save a lot of energy. Technically speaking, the car was totally different to now, where now it's a lot more automatic. It's basically a lot better. It's improved everything. So I feel like I can drive the car more like I would drive a normal racing car.
Oh my God, yes!
What an absolutely superb season.
New champion in Formula E. Absolute delight.
Oh my God, I cannot believe it.
It's mind-blowing how far it's come in such a short space of time, but it's not surprising. Every year we're improving the tech, we're getting more out of battery capacity and efficiency as well with our inverters and drivetrains. So, you know, we are improving electric mobility, and these things are then filtering down onto the production line and making the cars of tomorrow better for the consumer.
When we started Formula E, there were like 200,000 cars, electrics, being sold worldwide. Now it's 10 million. So to start a championship electric with 200,000, which was nothing, it was more of a dream than actually a feasible business plan. And it turned out to be very successful. And of course, the technology improved so much. And if of those 10 million, Formula E helped to increase the perception or the sales for a tiny amount, already is worth all the work that we've done here.
I was not necessarily convinced at the very beginning that electric cars were going to be the future. I obviously hoped so, but I didn't know how things would evolve, and it's clear that this is now what's going to happen. Electric cars will be everywhere very soon.
Where can we be as a collective group in 10 years' time? And that's really exciting.